I was going through the comments on my Nanlite video the other day, and one of the comments really stood out to me. It said, Josh, if these really are your favorite LED lights, could you use them for something like an 80s retro edit? And I thought to myself, that's a really good question. So I did what any reasonable filmmaker would do in this situation, and I set out to make this 80s shoot a reality with the challenge of only using the Nanlites and seeing what these lights are capable of. Check it out. Move over Steven Spielberg, because we're going back to the future with edits like this. These, wait for the call, Universal. I am here and ready to take Marty McFly back. So let's jump straight into how I use the Nanlites to pull off this 80s vibey edit aesthetic, if you will. Oh, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing, because I make fun little content all the time, like this setup and how it's free, which you can check out thanks to Road Connect right here. Check it out. It's a good time. Otherwise, let's go. Goal is to get the Nanlites, and we're going to put them in a cross pattern, which should look pretty sick for the video and create that 80s aesthetic neon vibe, which once the haze is going, it's going to look really sick. A question I get a lot of the time is the mounting options, because these Nanlites are quite awkward. So I've got a whole video about what you get in the kit right here, which you can check that out another time. But if you're looking at mounting these lights, there's a couple of options. The one I recommend is using the mount that comes with the light. What I use these for is it has a 1/4 inch thread. And if you've been doing filmmaking for long enough to purchase your own tripod, you know that's a pretty standard thread mount. So you can put it on light stands, tripod stands, anything really. But I like to buy spigots and attach it to my super clamps. Boom. Secret weapon to all good lighting, whether you're using Nanlites, aperture lights, whatever you're using, HAZER machine in general, or smoke machine, because then what that does really, it takes your dull lighting and turns it to this. The haze is blooming these lights, which look awesome. So it's going to be super sick. We've got the amazing gamer expert here playing 8-bit gaming, Donkey Kong, old school.
Oh, no.
So, and the best part about Nanlites is none of these lights are plugged in, which saves time setup and usability. So let's get this done. The battery in these lights are also quite good. If you got them fully charged, they will last up to about 2 hours, just blasting out light. It's ridiculous. A key effect we wanted in this shoot was the strobing effect to really enhance the rage that Donkey Kong was having with this 8-bit game. And just a quick press of the button, boom, it's all matched and strobing in the colors we want, in the timing we want. It's good when things work. What I really want to do is show you a bit of a in-depth on some of the frames. So I've got a couple of shots here. This main light here, which is coming down, which is this purple light, that is actually from the Nanlites over the top of the arcade console, just reflecting off the concrete, and that haze machine we have is traveling really nicely, and that is just filling out this atmosphere, which looks so good. Now, what you can see in this image, we have this black side right here and this more lighter side on this side. Now, the way we did this was we had a Nanlite just off frame, and that's what's giving this light glow here. And we just set that to 50, 200, just to give it a white, normal tone, bit of contrast in the image. We didn't want to just flood the image with pink or another color. We just wanted to stick to the theming of pink and then have this bit of light full, just to give a bit more detail to the image. You can also see it hitting this cable here in the white, which I like that, because using LEDs and RGB lights is awesome, but sometimes it's get overdone and you lose the detail in images and you don't know what black is. You lose your bearings in something. So it's good to sometimes keep blacks neutral so people have a bearing of what colors that kind of meant to be. Especially for the initial shot, we want it to be clear that these are cables, not some weird pink thing. So let's move to the next image, which is the back shot, which is probably my favorite. It's pretty gangster. As you can see, we have Nanlite Uno and Nanlite Dos, and How epic is that? These are both held on just with those clamps, and in this shot, you would have no clue that there was even poles there, and that is just when lighting is the key. We wanted to shoot towards the light so you can't see the poles that they're on, so they look like they're kind of just floating in this shot, which looks awesome, and it's just flooding the image. You got the pink and the purple, but once again, we have a little white light behind the camera, just off frame, which is shooting onto his back here, and then we've got, obviously, the awesome Ezra pack. Just bringing the goods. I love Ezra. He does great little effects and stuff you can buy and put them on your vids. We'll go to the next frame, which shows the white light, which you can see is coming from just about here. Off frame, we had a Nanlite sitting, and that was just set to 5200, just like before. And it's a different light as well, because we had 4 of them. And that's just giving that little fill on the back of him, which you can see just along the back there. It's giving that fill in, and you can really get the separation, the contrast with the pink lights shining on. This image is probably one of my favorites because it's just really cool. Your eyes are all just drawn to the center subject here, which is just awesome. And the smoke coming out, the lights were strobing. It is just a cool shot. Probably my favorite. And then when the effects fly in, it just looks awesome. So that was the lighting breakdown of the whole 80s vibey shoot we did. I think we've learned 2 things today. One, if you comment on my videos, I may or may not just make a whole YouTube video about it, but please comment away because I love responding in the comments. So join in the chat, jump in. It's a great time down there. Otherwise, remember to subscribe, and I think we can all agree that these Nanlites are pretty dang good lights. Till next time, guys. Peace.